Hello and welcome to eSeniors GT3 Porsche Cup taking place at a very wet Brands Hatch. It's certainly been entertaining this week on the slippery surface, causing lots of problems throughout the corners. Added to the difficulty tonight, we're going to have the Porsche Cup, which has got no traction control. It's all going to be about having your wits about you and getting yourself navigating around this track. If you navigate wrong, you're navigating a boat. It's as simple as that. The rule of thumb is take it easy, don't push too hard, and you will get round. The second you try and push beyond the limits of the car, you are going to be off. One of the downsides of this track is even though it's got runoff areas, you'll just run straight through them and you'll end up into the barriers, usually with a damaged car. It'd be interesting to see if they've got enough Porsche panels available to replace all the damages that happen. But let's see where it goes. As has been the case these last few weeks, I've got Jeremy with me.
Hello, everyone. Pleasure to be here.
And Jeremy will be talking through the what's probably going to be the very entertaining and incident-free not race this evening today. So we're just into qualifying. I'm going to switch over to qualifying now so we can see exactly what's going on track. Let's go with one of the who I've seen as being one of the front runners, and it's Mr. Noble. We'll run on board with Mr. Noble and we'll see how he does. This is probably his out lap. So on his next lap, I'll also do a quick tour of the track for you. Just make you familiar with some of the corners I may refer to, and in relation to where they are. So this is the final little bit of a straight before you come into the corner, which is known as Clark Curve. This you take wide and then usually cut it as much as you can, keep into the curb, and then get the power on, go wide onto what is the Brabham Straight. Usually you find cars go high, then they drift to the right. Try to go straight and then take the next corner, which is Paddock Hill Bend, and again try and keep it as straight as possible without going off too wide into what will become the sand. This takes us up to Pilgrim Rise and then into Druids, which is very difficult to take, but usually most people take it sharp on the inside. This takes us down into Graham Hill Bend, which leads us nicely onto the Cooper Straight. At the end of the Cooper Straight, we have the problematic corner called Surtees. Lots of incidents in the GT4s on this yesterday where people were just getting the entry point wrong or were just going too fast. Once you've been through Surtees, you then get your power down and go on to Pilgrim's Drop, which takes you up to the right-hander known as Hawthorne Bend. Quite a fast corner. Drop it down to get the power through to the bend, and then this takes us onto the Derek Minter Straight. Quite a short straight, and then takes us into the Westfield Bend. Right-hander, quite key to get this one right. And then into Dingle Dell, which is a little kink. And into Dingle Dell Corner. Your braking point's usually at the marker there, and you try to cut the corner as much as possible. This takes us into the left-hander known as Sterling's. And then again onto the little straight called Clearways. And we're back to where we started, into the Clark Curve. And this leads us back onto what will be the Brabham Straight. That's a very quick lap guide of the track. That's Brands Hatch. So we're running it at the moment in its long format. There is also a short format, but they don't run the GT3s on it. That would be an absolute nightmare. Highly entertaining, but a nightmare. A couple of people on the stream. We've got Juan, who does the streaming for us on the GT4 on the Saturday. Hi, Juan.
Hello, guys.
And we've got Nico Camden, who's joined the stream as well. Just a couple of comments in there. Thanks, Juan, saying this is amazing. Hopefully we won't let you guys down. I know you stream on a Wednesday, which we're extremely grateful for, and the Saturday. Hopefully we'll try and push the boundaries and compete with you. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so Noble's managed a 131.983, and as we can see, he's gone off there. I'm just going to look at who else is making headway. To be fair, that lap is quite some gap. It looks like the drivers are struggling a little bit.
I noticed a small detail, but I'm puzzled by that detail. Is David Noble windshield wipers are not working. He doesn't use them. Everybody else, they're on. His is not moving at all.
But you've also got to consider what viewers are using in the game.
That's probably it.
Some people use the bonnet cam, and if you use the bonnet cam, you don't need the windscreen wipers on. And I do know a couple of drivers use the bonnet cam.
Yeah.
So if you use the bonnet cam, your windscreen wipers don't really matter.
That's the reason why.
Possibly. So yeah, interesting. Can't confirm that, but either that, he's got a very, very wet windscreen. You can see the car behind him as we come down there does have its windscreen wipers on, so all we can assume is he's not using the standard cockpit view.
Yeah, if you don't actually, you hardly see the rain. If you use the view from the bonnet, you're driving without seeing the rain falling down on the
Absolutely, just
on
see
the windshield.
You just see the track as it is.
That's right.
So we're let's see who we can jump on board with. We've just had Jonathan Wood's going a little bit quick. Let's just jump on board with Jonathan Wood. He's currently a second up on his best time. John Saunders has now gone fastest with a 1:31.5.
Yes, he just did.
Jonathan Wood is trying his best. He's currently on a 1:32. This will put him into fourth. Now there's a few drivers starting to flex the muscles now. We've got John, David Noble, Carlo, Chris, Derek, all starting to flex the muscles up front now. Jonathan Wood is 1.3 seconds up. He had a good race yesterday in the GT4s. Some really good overtaking. Finished, I think, about 10 seconds in front of me yesterday in the 4th place, and was running really well, to be fair. I think he eased off towards the end, so I did kind of catch him, but I think that was more to him easing off, because he did say he eased off rather than me getting quicker.
Now 1:31.5 is very fast with the cup.
It is. So Jonathan's definitely gone quicker here. It was a valid lap, but it's only moved him up to 6th place.
Yeah.
So you know that's done. It's put him in front of PJ. Again, very good lap for PJ actually. He's just on a lap. Terry Trowbridge has just moved up into 7th. So Terry's also on a good lap. Andreas is 1.5 seconds up. His best is currently a 1:34. So he's looking at going into the 1:33s here. This could put him up into 6th place if it all goes well. John Saunders has just banged in a 1:31.4. That guy's getting quicker. He must have found a dry patch somewhere. And as you can see, Andreas has gone 5th. That's pushed him right up the table with a 1:32.847. So Andreas there with a good lap, and he's going quicker. It looks like Mr. Bird's in front of him, so hopefully Bird won't get in his way. He's 4/10ths up on this lap at the moment. This is going to push him potentially in front of Mr. Bourne. If he can get this lap together. Yeah, he's lost a bit of time there. Let's see if he can gain it back. It looks like he broke wrong into that corner. Yeah, he's oversteered. And that's the problem with the Porsche Cup, I'm afraid. Slightest problem, and you're going to oversteer. Let's jump on board with Mersch. So Mersch is 1 second up. You can see a car at the side of the track there. His best is a 1:34.1. This is going to take him into the 1:33 flats, late 1:32s if he can keep it going. That's definitely going to move Mersch up the table, probably into 7th. Now he's lost a lot of time in that bend, a considerable chunk of time. I think he just picked it up and threw out the window there because he did lose a chunk of time there. He's gained a bit back. It's a shame he'd have been on 1.5 seconds up here if he'd have managed to get that corner right and navigate it well. Instead, he's only 1/2 second up. So this might actually not even push him up the table. He might stay 10th, but he's just bettered his time. Oh, he might go 9th now. Is he going to go 9th? And he's gone 9th just with a 1:33.405. And there you go. He's decided to do a bit of belly dancing for us and do a bit of a pirouette. Mersch has asked for bonus points for this race to do with the one who does the most glamorous spin for us. So he's put his cards on the table straight away with that one there. And when I'm board with Chris Bourne. Chris Bourne is 6/10ths up here. As he comes into the final bend, he's now 8/10ths up. His best is a 1:32.5, so it's going to take him into the 1:30. Whoa, he's lost a lot of time there. He's not going to make the 1:31s here. No, a 1:32.1. So he's 0.003 of a second off Carlo. Carlo Van Brabant with a 1:32.097. So the drivers are now starting to struggle, and you can see it's like an ice rink behind. I think someone's frozen the water. Jump on board with Derek. Derek's 1/2 second up, halfway through the track. His best is a 1:32.859. He's coming through. He's on Dingledell now, and he's coming up to Dingledell corner. And he's going to be into the left hand of what is Sterling's. He's 7/10ths up. This is going to take him into the low 1:32s. Could push him to 3rd or 4th. No, he's looking like he's going to be 5th here. He's lost a bit of time. Oh, he's gained a bit. He's fluctuating actually, so it's quite close. Coming around the final bend. He's kept the power down. Still 7/10, 132.859. He's going to go to 132.172. So we're getting a gaggle of cars now in the low 132s. Which all that means for you viewers, excitement and fun.
Exactly.
Reese has joined the stream. Hi, Reese.
Hello. Hello, Reese.
And here he comes, Nikos. Hi, Nikos.
Hello, Nikos.
Pity you're not on track. Great viewing that'd be. And I mean that in a really positive way, Nikos. Derek's going even faster here. He's 3/10 up. He's 4/10 up. Well, let's see how he gets this. This is going to take him into the 130. This could take him into 2nd if he can keep this lap going. Now that would be a statement, you know, on this track in this car.
Definitely.
Oh, he's half a second up. He's flying, absolutely flying. Now he's lost a bit of time there. So he had all that power. I think he's had to ease off a little bit. He still looks like he's going to move up the table. Looking at this, he's going to move into 3rd place. Give him a good position on the grid. He's lost a bit more time there. Really battling with it. Meanwhile, Noble in 2nd is going fast. Oh, he's lost all his time there, Derek. He was 4/10 up before that bend. And he's lost all that time. You can see he's getting his car sideways, trying to keep the power down into the corner there. Now he's lost all that time. I don't know if he's going to better it. It's showing less than 1/100th of a second, so I'm not too sure. Yeah, he took hardly anything off that. A little bit of improvement. Let's jump on board with Noble. Noble's 2/10 up at the moment. His best is a 131.7. As it stands, it's not enough to move him up the table. He needs a good 3/10, and he's also lost his time. Although we think he's gone in that corner slow and come out fast. He's now 3/10 up. Have we got someone battling for the throne here? Can he get the corner right? Can he get the power down? 2/10. He's going to need more than that. Only going to solidify where he is. I don't think it's enough. And it is not enough. He's still 1/10 off John Saunders, but he did make a gain there.
That's so pretty good.
Still very, very good. Chris Bourne, let's jump on board with Chris. Chris is 2/10 up. Quite young into his lap. He's coming up now to Pilgrim's Drop. He's still 2/10 up. This will take him into the 131s. We'll claim him as it stands 3rd place. A few more join the stream. Hi, Melvin. Hi, Rob. Hi, Big Natty.
Hello, guys.
And we've got Richard joining us. Hi, Richard. He's still 2/10 up. He's a very consistent lap here. This is going to take him into 3rd place if he can keep this going. He's going to have to take a good chunk of time out to take a Noble, but he's definitely looking like he's going to take Carlo here. Carlo Van Brabant with his best time of a 132.097. This was 3,000th of a tenth behind, and he's half a second up. He's lost a bit into that corner, but he's got great traction out. He's absolutely flying. He could be taking 2nd place here, 132.1. Is he going to do it? He's done a 131.2. He took nearly a second out of that last corner alone. Absolutely outstanding. And there's cars everywhere.
And he's very happy about that too.
What an absolute belting lap that was. So we've got Chris Bourne with a 131.2, John Saunders with a 131.4, and David Noble with a 131.5. All the other drivers are within are after the 132s.
Incredible.
Well, I'm not surprised he's parked up, Chris. He's probably having a rest after that. That was an absolute astonishing end of the lap. He was 3/10 up as he entered Stirling's, and that last section of the track after the Clark curve, he made nearly a second up to claim that pole position. What an absolute
impressive.
blast. Hi Dave, Sim Racing Elite, welcome to the stream.
Hello guys.
You've joined the excitement. At the moment we've got Chris Bourne in P1. We've got John Saunders in P2 and David Noble in P3. I will show you where we're up to in relation to the table, so you can see people's positions on the grid. We've got 5 minutes left to go, and we're at a very soggy Brands Hatch. And as a result, there's lots of action. There's going to be lots of incidents. I think the stewards are going to be retiring after tomorrow, as the GT4 stewards were after yesterday. We've already seen, and you can see the top of the screen there. I think that's Mr. Moore spun out. This is going to be a fest. Next time, Jeremy, I think we just put ice on the track rather than water. There's no difference because everyone's just slipping and sliding for fun.
Yeah, the thing is, I believe this race is going to go to the most consistent and the one who does the least amount of mistakes during the race.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have the fastest lap. Still doesn't guarantee you will win this race.
Absolutely. Me and Jeremy were speaking before we come on air about the GT4 race yesterday. The cars are obviously completely different, but the logistics still work the same. It wasn't a case of being the fastest. It was a case of being sensible into the corners, sensible in your braking zones, and sensible with your speed. Consequently, we had pretty good finishes as a result of who was on the grid. I started in, I think it was 9th I qualified in, finished 5th. You qualified just behind me, Jeremy, didn't you, in 10th? Was that right?
No, I finished 8th.
No, when you qualified, I think you qualified in 10th.
Yes,
and then you finished at 8th, and yet some of the guys in front who were faster guys ended up not finishing the race. Sometimes through not fault of their own, but there's lots of cars going off track. So consequently, it can be done. I know this car's a lot more difficult to drive, but it can be done. Yeah, Melvin's just made a good comment there. Less speed, more haste. Yeah, you could be the her or the the tortoise. I think the tortoise on this track's got more of a chance of surviving.
Another strategy also is to just apply enough pressure to the driver in front of you to force him to drive to the limit and wait. That's another way of doing it.
It's a very valid point that I think I don't know who it was, but someone made a mistake in front of me on one of the races, and it's purely because I was putting pressure on them. And it is a good tactic, but don't put too much pressure on where you put yourself at risk. Just put enough pressure on them for them to think, I've got a brake later here, I've got a brake later there, and let them make the mistake or run off.
Exactly. Yeah. Look how close David Noble is to Chris Bourne.
Absolutely
incredible.
So David Noble has now passed John Saunders.
Yes.
So John Saunders has gone from being on pole to being third. Yeah. I'm just looking at the lap. We've got 2 minutes 30 left in qualifying left. So is Derek going to go out for a last flying lap? He's not moving. And it's Carlo. Carlo's out at the moment. I presume he's on an out lap because it's not registering any time at this moment in time. So is Carlo going to do the last ditch effort?
Yeah, I wanted to mention something about Carlo. I would say I would bet anything he's qualifying with his race setup. I think he's warming up for the race. He's not in a quali mode.
Okay, he is going quicker. Oh, he was going quicker. He's just lost time there. So he has got time to get another lap in. In fact, he's got potential of getting another 2 laps in if he can get over the line in time and do that last ditch attempt. Get your tyre pressure is so important on this track as well. I struggled for the first 15 minutes, the first 10 minutes, come back into the pits and reduce my tyre pressures because they were too high, and then I managed to get my laps in. So you get your tyre pressure is critical. Obviously the Porsche with its front, its light front's also an added problem. You really need that downforce on the front wheels to get the traction into the corners. Chris Bourne, he was going quicker, but Carlo van Brabant is currently 1/10 up. This is not going to change his position, unfortunately. Derek Bird is too far ahead in relation to the gap. Justin Well-Beloved has joined us as well. Obviously, supporter of Chris Bourne. Big Natty Woes put up a YouTube video today revisiting the first lap chaos at Brands Hatch last season. It was a mess and that race was dry. Yes, it was. I remember it well. How you can get so many cars piling up on a straight line is beyond me, Big Natty. But yeah, I do remember it very well. And it was quite astonishing, shall we say, to realise that happened. Hi, Terry. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, Terry.
Right, Chris is going quicker. He just wants to stamp his authority on it. He's currently 1/10 up. As David Noble's in the pits and can't do a lap anymore, whatever Chris does here. And he's done a 1:31.143.
Chris is having a lot of fun. Yeah.
So, answers on a postcard. Who we think's going to win this one? Hi, Eric. Welcome to the stream. Terry, this looks like fun. Whew. No idea after yesterday. Really no idea. It was somewhat entertaining yesterday, shall we say, in relation to the GT4s and how many incidents there were. So we're now just waiting for the last few cars to cross the finish line, and then we're going to the start grid.
Carlo now is 4th.
Yep. Hi Craig, welcome to the stream. Looks like fun. That's an understatement. Okay, we'll go to the intro. Be back in a second. And we're on the grid. Quick rundown of who's where. Chris Bourne in pole, David Noble in second, John Saunders in third. Then we've got Carlo Van Brabant, Derek Bird, Terry Trowbridge, Jonathan Wood, Andres Pettersson, Mersh Paunov, PJ Vitala, Steve Howells, Goran Larson, Andy Lees, Manuel Souza, David Blythe, Paul Moore, Bruce Hopkins, Peter Miles, Willie Owens, and that brings us to the back of the grid. So I'm not going to take bets on who we think is going to win this one. It's going to be difficult, and it's about having your wits about you, really. Race sensibly, obviously. Try and stay on track first of all, but let's see how the start goes. Are we going to see? Pity we don't get safety cars, isn't it, or virtual safety cars? Are we going to see where there would be a need for a safety car? Everyone piling into that first beach on the left-hand side as they come through the Paddock Hill bend. Let's see what happens. Three, two, one. We should be rolling in a second. You'll see there Mr. Noble's not got his windscreen wipers on, so he must be sitting on the bonnet.
There they go.
Yeah, and they're off, moving slowly. You can see how much rain is on the track. It's actually set at a level where it never appears to dry out either, so you don't get a dry line appearing, but you don't have puddles going across. So what that means is the car's not necessarily going to aquaplane in unexpected areas. Race early this year we had at Spa, there was a puddle on the straight after Eau Rouge and Radion, and it really pulled the car to the left. We've not got that on this track, luckily, so hopefully it will eliminate, I'm not going to say the majority of the incidents because that wouldn't be necessarily a true representation.
They're off.
And that's the light screen, and away we go. So far so good. Everyone's tippy-toeing round. You can see there quite clearly everyone is tippy-toeing around.
It's good.
Yeah, that corner's looking good.
Yeah.
Everyone's still getting through.
Very smart start. That's good.
I'm not registering a single incident at this moment in time.
Beautiful.
Right, let's jump back to the front. Okay, so it's settled down a little bit. We've had a couple of people losing places, but no incidents as such. That's got to be one of the cleanest starts I think I've ever seen, if I'm being honest. That was amazing. So straight out the box, we've got Chris Bourne maintaining his position, David Noble maintaining his position, and he's putting early pressure on Chris. And sitting behind them, we've got John Saunders, just seeing if there's any bits he can pick up quite early on in the race. Melvin there, making sure I don't do commentators curse and talk too soon. See straight away, David Noble's quite putting quite a bit of pressure on early on. Let's just jump down and back a little bit. We got Andy Lees having a bit of a battle. There's a few cars coming together there. But again, they're still keeping it relatively clean. There is a bit of a gap occurring. And there's a bit of action at the front. Again, still no contacts as such. We've got quite a few drivers trying to put a lot of pressure on other drivers. Noble's 4/10 behind Bourne, and Carlo's 4/10 behind John Saunders. So still a lot to go on. We've got Paul Moore, who's putting a lot of pressure on Andy Lees here. It's one of these areas where if you get the corner wrong, you will be in the sand. It's as simple as that. And it's not very forgiving. Once you're in, you ain't getting out. Look at the gaggle of cars coming up there.
Oh,
I'm going to switch.
I think John just went off the track and lost a couple of positions right there.
Yeah, you can see that. John Saunders has gone wide somewhere. There's no incident, so we're not seeing anything to do with any issues. They're all racing up now to the fast part of the track, which is Pilgrim's Drop. Coming into the right-hander of Hawthorne's Bend. Get your braking point right here. You can get the power down. There has been an incident. Car 97. Let's see what that's involving.
Yeah, it's still. That's Terry. Still racing.
Go to the let's do a replay. It's not going to the replay. Here we go. We'll see if it'll take us to the replay. Andy Lees, you can see it looks like getting a bit close on the inside. Over braking. And both cars are going to be spinning out there. You can see Andy's got his full lock on trying to recover it. Luckily, it looks like the incident is limited. Yes, Andy's lost a lot of time, but I don't see him hitting a barrier, which means still has the ability to carry on, and he will gain back into the race. There's just going to be too many cars going off. So let's jump on board with Andreas. Andreas is putting a lot of pressure on. I was going to say on Terry, but Mersch has just gone flying past him. And Andreas has gone wide. I say that corner, getting into the sand. See quite clearly he's lost a lot of traction there, and it's allowed PJ to pass him as well. He's now trying to gain his place back after him being on a bit of a mission there. I'm going to jump forward to Mersch, because Mersch is really putting pressure onto Terry, and Terry is putting extreme pressure onto Jonathan.
That's right. Yeah, I think they're starting to warm up now and be more aggressive on the track.
Oh, he's just got a bit wide there, Mersch. You will lose traction on the grass. Yep, you're absolutely right, Jeremy. Carlo,
yeah, and I think, yes, go ahead.
Carlo was gaining on Noble there, but I think he's just got his exit at the corner a little bit wrong.
Yeah, actually, you can see Chris is not getting away as fast as I think he wishes he would. And you have 4 cars. The top 4 are pretty much together. Anything can happen. I would say even the top 5.
Absolutely. So, yeah, really interesting of where we're up to. Let's go to show that information.
It's gonna be a race and a war of nerves.
So just let's look at the sector times in relation to where we're up to, and you can see the sector times there. Of who's doing what lap. You can see who's doing the purples, and you can see obviously quite clearly who's going faster in relation to the current sector times. There's a lot of action going on with a lot of information being made available. We just had a fastest lap banged in there as well. So the drivers are now starting to find the grip on the track, and are looking.
Derek Bird is attacking John Saunders.
Yeah, he's going for the inside. Is he going for the dive? No, it's not a place to go for the dive unless Saunders goes wide. Very sensible racing. It goes to show that that dive sometimes isn't worth it. You've got the ability to take yourself out. So going up the fast part of the track here now, and what they'll probably do is dip it a gear, ease it into the corner, and then get the power down as they leave the corner, keeping the car as right as possible, just riding the curb ever so slightly. Bearing in mind it's paint, so it could be very slippy. Cut this corner as much as you can without drifting too wide. This is one of the places where you'd spin. And this corner, braking at the 100 marker and cutting the corner across as much as possible, or you can go wide. And as you can see there, we have got someone who's gone wide, and that's Saunders, who's lost another place. I wonder if that's his Achilles heel there. Every time he comes into that corner, he gets the balance of the car wrong.
Yeah.
Mike, who's just joined, he's just re-watched the start.
Hello, Mike.
and said that's super clean and super over careful with the Cup car. It must have been terrifying. So Terry Trowbridge is still putting pressure on Jonathan Wood here. Carlo's trying to put pressure on David, but I think David Noble's just keeping him at bay a little bit. See, good entrance into the corner. Murch is sat in behind. Let's see what the splits are for these two drivers. You can see there, Jonathan's last lap was nearly a second down on Terry, so Terry's certainly got the bit between his teeth. Nice angle into the corner, get the traction right, brilliant angles. Then keep the power, get the brakes on just after the 100 marker. Try and take the corner as close as possible without putting too much power on, because you will spin out. You can see if we look behind, we've got Murch sitting in the wings just waiting to have an attack on this. And Murch is also on a mission and is trying his best to catch these two drivers up. So, you know, don't give in just yet. Anything can happen.
Really, really interesting. I love to see the top 5 being so close by. This is very intense.
So we've got, just so you can see, we've got the top drivers are still racing hell for leather as well. The gap is literally nothing between them. You can see the speed at which they catch in the corners. And Andy Jaime Goddard, where's Holly Willy Booby? This is Dancing on Ice, isn't it? Well, Jeremy actually said it's Disney on Ice, so I don't think Holly Willy Booby would fit into that. But that certainly would be entertaining, I admit, Andy. Andreas is now catching, and he's looking to pass Merce. That's not a pass in play, so yeah, he's done the right thing and backed out. I mean, you'd have to have, you know, huge kahunas to go around the outside there in the wet. Still all gathering at the top of this hill. Andreas has made good time considering he made that mistake before. He's still trying to put pressure on Merce. Merce is a very, very good driver, steady. So it will take all the wits of Andreas to pass Merce. He's going to be looking for a mistake. You know, in race trim, it doesn't make often, I think it's fair to say. Oh, almost commentator's curse there. A bit of oversteer, trying to get the power down early. Does this give Andreas a good run? He needs a better run than that to go up the outside. He's not going to get it, but it's giving him a good position. And again, he's now aware. Oh, and he's done the same. Is he going to keep it? Oh, he's kept it. What a catch. Wow. Absolute belting very catch, nice. Andreas.
Very nice.
I thought you were in the barriers there. There's been a bit of action at the back. Just seen Andy Lees has managed to catch and pass Willie. Bruce Hopkins has gone off. I think he's overcooked a corner and has gone off into the barrier. Just jumped forward. Carlo is still putting pressure, as you can see on David Noble. And you can see Derek Bird waiting in the wings. I don't think there's going to be a pass here, but the next corner is going to be very interesting as they come up to Druids. And we're going to see an outbreak into Druids on the inside. Personally don't think so. You can see straight away Carlo's gone very Carlo's gone very defensive there, I think it is. And they're already passing the back marker, who's decided to do a bit of grass cutting. Ooh, it's all exciting. And Andreas has took Merce. Merce has gone off somewhere. And it looks like Larson's also gone off. He's lost a lot of time. And David Blythe's also gone off and he's just recovering. John Saunders has gone off. So he's now dropping more and more places. The gap between him and Jonathan Wood
he's 5th now,
is gaining. So I think Jonathan Wood's going to be on him soon. These two guys are still battling it out. As you can see, they're all going it for hell for leather. There's just over 2 seconds splitting these guys up the front. And you can see, in fact, 1 second these guys. You can just see Chris Bourne up in front of them. He's just trying to scamper away a little bit.
Yeah, he's not getting away. They're not letting him get away, and
no.
That's the way to do it. And then you have David, Carlo, and Derek right behind.
Absolutely, you can see just coming into the bend here.
Anything can happen.
Paul Moore's gone off. Just quickly jump back. Yeah, he's got it wrong. I think he was the one who was off before. Let's jump forward again. Just keep the action. Terry's now putting pressure on Jonathan, although he's just lost a bit of time there. Nothing major. He was within 2/10 of catching up with Jonathan Wood. He's 4/10, so he is gaining. See there, Chris Bourne's gone to the corner quite easily. These two are getting closer and closer. I think we're going to see a change for second place me shortly.
Yeah, I think so too.
And Paul Moser's gone off again. He's obviously struggling with the car setup. You can see there Terry Trowbridge with Jonathan Wood putting a lot of action. Bit of a gap just occurring now between David, Carlo and Derek as they take a breather. Get the tyres settled and I'm sure they're going to go again. See the speed of the two cars coming into the corners here. Really, really very, very similarly matched. And in fact, again, if we just show the splits, you can see the splits identify that. Terry's last lap 134.6 and Jonathan's 134.8. 2/10 is nothing. It really is nothing. And you can see that gap, that 2/10 was just in one sector. So you can just see how everybody's trying to balance with the car and play with the car. But I will say Andreas is coming back as well. He's coming in at a rate of knots behind them. You can see there he's definitely gaining on these two after he's passed Merch. And there's going to be is there going to be a change? Derek got extremely close to Carlo there.
Very nice space from the four in front. Very nice.
My concern is how quick they're going to start lapping cars. They're already come up to car number 60, which is Bruce Hopkins.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. And we are early into the race as well. It's only 8 laps, so
yep.
Everything can
that
happen.
was very close there. I think Bird just had to go off the brakes there. He was going to run into the back of Carlo, and that's a corner you don't want to go into the back of because you will spin. Yeah, the back markers are going to play a part, I feel, even though there's the blue flags.
That's right.
I'm just looking down the grid, seeing where the action is. Terry's now pulled away from Andreas. Andreas has pulled away from Mersch. Carlo's very, very close here, as you can see.
Yes, he is, and he's going to overtake.
Is he going to get up this side? He's managed to pass David.
Yes, he
is
did.
That going to open the door for Derek? Or is David... Oh, that was very close. No contact, though.
That was very close. No. And Derek, I think...
Derek is going for the inside as well. Is Derek going to get a good run down here? Andreas has gone off. Big style. No incident. Jonathan Wood has gone off. Again, it's not showing his contact, although Terry has gone slow. Let's just do a quick replay on that and just see what's gone on there, because Jonathan Wood was in front. Now, has there been an incident between the two? Or was it a case of oversteer? Or has that back marker got in the way, in fact? No, they've both cleared the back marker okay. Oh, he's got on the grass. He's got on the grass. And to be fair, Terry's broke hard and avoided him. So, again, good driving. Very unfortunate, Mr. Wood there. Very unfortunate. And he's waiting for the cars to come back on, so he doesn't end up creating an absolute chaos. Whew. It's all kicking off. Derek's still got pressure. Putting pressure on
David
there, as you can see. Yeah, he's only 3/10 behind. David Blythe is catching Peter as well at the back. So I think this is looking at who's going to blink first. Stephen Howells has passed Goran Larson. I don't know if that's a result of Larson going off. It looks like the information I've got is looks like he's gone off as opposed to an incident. And you can see David Blythe must be driving from his bonnet. And the reason is his windscreen wipers aren't working, so he must be using the bonnet cam. And you can see what awful view you get when you use that. So we're going to use this view instead, just so we can see without the windscreen wipers. He's getting good drive out there, isn't he? Stephen Howells, I think, has gone off as well. Oh no, he's just lost a bit of time. So he's being caught by Goran again now.
Now Goran lost the car.
Goran's just gone off there, as you can see. By the cameraman. Yeah, he's just lost a bit of traction. The gap up front is now starting to settle down a little bit. But
actually, Carlo is catching Chris.
Oh, he is.
Right
He's
now.
He's in 1 second. That's right.
Yeah, he's catching Chris.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. Let's just jump back on board, and we can see there Mr. Blythe. is really giving some attention to Peter Miles here. Peter Miles, this is a battle for 14th place. It's where the action is. Carlo's gaining very, very quickly on Chris. I am keeping an eye on that. Yeah, Craig, perfectly valid that. Catching is one thing. Passing at this circuit in the dry is a challenge, let alone in the wet. Oh, we've got Luke. Hi, Luke.
Hello, Luke.
Welcome to the stream.
Luke is back from Geneva.
Oh, yeah, I've seen his photographs. Wow. Take me next time. I don't need a camera.
So Carlo is
I'm just about to jump on board now, so
yeah,
he's definitely got the bit between his teeth.
He's gonna pass Chris.
Although Chris has just banged, Carlo's just done a 131.5 in race trim. That goes back to exactly what you said, Jeremy. Carlo's had his car set up in race.
I believe he was.
So his car's coming to him now as a result of that. It's took a few laps to get going, but he's now in race trim. Yeah, anything could happen here. Mersch is now putting pressure on Terry. After going off, and I think Terry passing him, and I think also Andreas, but Andreas has dropped back significantly now. In fact, Andreas, I think, has gone off, because Jonathan Wood and PJ Vitale have managed to pass him as well. And Mersch has gone off there. Too much power into the corner, and he spun out.
Yes, he did.
He's dropping down the table there, as you can see. Andreas has managed to pass him. And Andreas has also gone belly dancing as well. He's gone off.
Oh, wow,
and so's Mersch. This is highly entertaining. Everybody's going off into the same corner.
This is it.
Look, the pair are back at it, and there's another car coming up behind them.
It's synchronized sliding.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, that's a cracking name. Synchronized sliding. And the big gain from that was Manuel Souza, who's just walked straight past the pair of them. Oh, Carlo's still half a second just behind Chris Bourne. Andreas is now, as we saw, has slipped down, but he's now trying to put pressure on. Dave Sim Racing is saying that must have been oil, the way they both went off at the same time.
Manuel Souza is doing amazing for the Porsche Cup, I tell you. He's 9th right now.
Yeah, but he's not pushing it. Have you noticed? He's just taking it easy.
Exactly, and it pays off.
Look at the angles of the guys are taking, and look how straight Manuel's keeping his Porsche. He's taking no... Look at the difference in the way they're steering. Manuel's steering is completely different. Very relaxed. He's hardly putting any inputs into the wheel to get the car around the corner. There's no twitching or anything, so he's keeping the traction down. That's what's keeping them at bay. You can just see how clean his lap is.
Carlo is attacking again, Chris.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm just going to jump on board with Carlo. Souza took that corner brilliantly there. Absolutely brilliant. And he's going himself around Druids well as well. No spinning out there. Brilliant racing by Souza this. I think he's going to be difficult to pass. His style of driving is just too tidy. You can see Merce twitching behind. They're just trying too hard, I think.
Oh, David just left the track. And
yeah, I can see that. David's lost a bit of time there.
I think Derek... Yeah, and
Derek's managed to pass him. Yeah, as a result of that. Yeah. Carlo still 8/10.
Once again, the slightest mistake and you're done.
Get a wheel on the grass. Forget about it, can't you?
It's too easy to do. I mean...
So is Noble going to be able to catch Derek at this point? David Noble catching Derek Bird. Oh, he's gone wide again.
Yeah, he is.
Let's just see what's going on. Chris Bourne has got his foot down. Excuse me, has got his foot down. He's doing a very, very quick lap here. So I think he's realised Carlo's now starting to threaten. So
yeah, but Carlo is still behind him. Carlo is not going to let down.
That's not Carlo's way, is it?
Yeah. Carlo is good with the cup, and so is Chris, actually. We have two guys who really control that, know how to control that Porsche Cup.
Derek's good in the Porsche as well, isn't he?
Yes, he is as well.
So you've got the top three guys all good in the Porsche and the GT3s as well. Because I think they did the GT3s last season in the Porsche.
Yeah. But and also Derek Bird is the reigning champion in that category.
Yeah, and I think he used the Porsche, didn't he?
Yes, absolutely.
Goran's gone off. Oh, he's taking all the signs with him. I don't know how much of a damage he's made to his car there. But he's really struggling there to get that going again. He's running really slow. Oh, he's just starting to get the power down. Yeah, he's going again. She's putting pressure still on Sousa. But look at the difference. How much of the track Mercy's taking compared to how much of the track Sousa's taking. And oh, you don't want to be doing that. That's getting on the grass in the wrong place. But where it counts, he's not got the power. Sousa's keeping it clear. He's gone a bit wide. Oh, he's took that corner very well as well. Very tidy through there. I do feel Mercy's going to get him here though. Although you don't want to be taking this corner on the outside.
No, you don't.
That's a recipe for disaster. He's going to try and... Oh! Sousa's at the curb. No, respect for the pair of them there. He's kept it going though.
Good driving.
Again, this is not a passing place. And you can see now there's another car joining the party. He's gone a bit wide there. He's done it the side. Oh! Oh!
And that's it. Okay.
Let's just jump back. He's kept it going. No contact. Oh, there's cars everywhere. And Andreas makes a gain as well. And Andreas also passes Sousa.
Yeah. And now Steve Howells is right behind.
Has bought a ticket to the party and he wants a piece. Andy Lees has just managed past Goran, but I think Goran's gone into the pits. I did think he was running rather slow, so I think he's damaged his car too much there. Howells is putting pressure on Sousa now. So is Sousa going to make another mistake? And we can see there Derek Bird is now running for the fastest lap.
No,
1:31.5.
Yeah, these three are really going at each other there.
Howells is having a go here. He's looking everywhere. He's trying to show Sousa where he is. Just got the benefit of the track there. He nearly went on the grass, but he didn't. We just managed to keep it within track limits there as well. Let's just jump on board with Howells from the front view. You can see just in front of them Andreas is there as well. So I think this battle is going to be ticking on for a while.
I think so too. Jonathan
Woods caught PJ up. He's 1 second behind PJ. Carlo's half a second, but gaining on Chris Bourne. I'm just watching that gap. And I'm going to switch forward. We're getting to the back markers now. Are the back markers going to play a part? You can see Chris gets his wheels on the dirt. There's places on the track you can get away with that. Back markers. Oh, is it going to cause a problem? No. Are they going to get all three through? They are indeed.
Very good.
Gate from the back markers that. Stayed out the way, stayed wide. And allowed them all to race and keep the pressure on each other. And they're still at it. The status quo continues. Peter Miles has gone off. And in fact, he's going into the pits. I don't know if that was intentional, but he's going in the pits anyway.
Yes, I saw that.
So is he going to go through? Is he going to go into the pits or is he going to drive through? He's losing a lot of places. I would say he's probably going to go through the pits here. As I don't think that was an anticipated pit stop. Oh no. He is. He's going into the pits. Let's jump on board with Howells, who's still giving Sousa some grief. Now is he going to put the same pressure on that the other guys put on him before and enforce a mistake? Or is Sousa going to keep him at bay and prevent Howells from gaining? And Sousa's gone wide. Is he going to spin? Oof. Thought he was going to spin and just catch the back. There's action at the front. Derek Bird, John Saunders has gone off again.
Derek almost passed Carlo.
He did indeed. And John Saunders is now is rejoined. He's gone wide. He's nowhere near the front guys now, but luckily there's a gap between him and Terry Trowbridge. So Terry's not going to be able to gain him, but Terry's took 15 seconds out of that time as a result of that spin. So if Saunders goes off again, that gap between him and Terry's going to be right up, right next to each other, going for it. 23 minutes left to race. We've had one guy in the pits, Peter Mars. I think he's going to call it a day, especially when he spun into the pits, and we should see as we go past him here. You can see the green and white Porsche. Oh no, he's leaving. He's coming back out again, and you can see the gap in front. They're still going for it. Let's move the camera forward.
Oh my God! Okay,
front.
They're very close
and
now.
They're coming up to. Is that Andy Lee's? They're coming up to. I think the blue one's Andy. Oh no, I'm not too sure if that is Andy's actually. I'm not too sure whose car that is.
Not sure either.
But they're certainly gaining on somebody. I'll tell you whose car it is when I can see the number. It's Andy Lee's.
I think it's Andy Lee's.
It is Andy Lee's, yeah. So Andy will probably let them all go up the straight here. But the three of them are close now. Less than a second between them. Yeah, there goes Andy, letting them all past. Up the flying straight. None of them losing any time. All getting a toe off Chris. Pressure's on Chris not to get his lap wrong. They're all going around the corner. They all got through there very, very easily. Come up to Westfield. Again, they all make it quite easily through there. And they come up to Dingle Dell. And then the corner. All flying up there really well. All riding the curb. And they're going to come into Sterling's. They'll probably all cut it. Oh, yeah, you can see there. A couple of them at least cut it as well. And they're coming to Clearways and back into Clark Curve. And the status quo continues.
Incredible. These three are incredible.
They're just sticking together, aren't they, all the way through? You can see they're all in the same frame. Nothing splitting them at all. 1.6 seconds between them. You can hear the Mr. Bourne there fettling the accelerator to keep the traction in without losing too much pace in the corner. And you can see Carlo's really got the grip between his teeth, and behind him you've also got Derek. Slightest mistake here, you feel a car's going to pass. Absolutely outstanding racing.
It's good to see Derek back.
Absolutely, look at this, it's just all going for it. Absolutely brilliant.
The other thing is that we have three
We've got a spinner. Terry Trowbridge has gone off. He's not lost. Oh, and Jonathan Wood. Oh, he's just about to be passed by Jonathan Wood. I'll go back to the front view in a minute. It looks like he's got away without damaging his car there, which is extremely important on this track. There's no marks on his car. And we can see there, he's just been in the pits, but he's decided he wants to go on the grass again. Peter Miles. I think we're going to see Jonathan Wood pass Terry here at some point. Carlos 4/10 behind Chris Bourne as we speak. And you can see there he's going for it. Been let off a bit there by Ambro, I think that is, in the red Porsche. Carlo's putting a lot of pressure on Chris Bourne. Let's just go forward. And keep an eye on both of them incidents. Totally agree, Andy Goddard. Watching the three at the front, you've got to respect and appreciate their skill of raw driving. Highly impressive, absolutely. Yeah, Jonathan Wood's just backed off a little bit of Terry. I think Terry's probably got a bit of a drive through the corners there. Oh, we've had a spinner behind. Derek Bird spun out.
Yes, too bad.
Noble managed to pass him. Is he going to get back on him before Saunders comes around the corner? Saunders is coming down. Is he going to do it before Saunders? He looked like he was getting his car back together again. He's just managed to do it, and he's running again. I said it only takes a slight second. And Andreas has been passed by Sousa. Andreas has gone off. Sousa has been passed by Howells. And David Blythe's running slow as well. So you can see it's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. These two are still at it.
Yeah.
Mike Molesky saying, hell of a race with the front three. They're making it look easy, but we know it's not. Absolutely. I said this before, racing the GT4s around this track in the wet yesterday was a challenge, and they're not as fast as this. And you have traction control. I think I had mine turned all the way up just to keep me on the track with downforce maximum. I should imagine these guys have got the track. Well, there's no traction control, but I bet they've got a bit of downforce off to give them the speed, because these guys are fast. Just switch back to Terry, because Terry's right up the backside of Terry. Jonathan Wood. Sorry, Jonathan Wood's at the backside of Terry Trowbridge. You can see, though, he's got that drive through that corner again. That's the same place where he seems to have a better drive out the corner. I do think there's a bit of damage on Jonathan's car, so that may explain why there's a bit of a deficit in certain corners. Yeah, you can see now that gap's opened up a little. 1.5 seconds from 0.3. So significant change. Well, Jonathan will put his thoughts back together again, and he'll make another challenge. So I think we'll see another challenge in the next 5 minutes. We've got 18 minutes to go. I'm currently on board with Terry Trowbridge. Carlo Van Brabant is still putting pressure on Chris. We did have Derek Bird as part of this battle before, but unfortunately Derek got his tyres off onto a corner and made a bit of a mistake, and that caused him to spin. He lost significant time to David Noble, who's managed to claim third at the moment. These are getting really close now. I think Chris knows he's in a race after scampering off early on.
That's right.
This is relentless, these two. Absolutely relentless. And you can see just behind them, right in the distance, you've got David Noble watching exactly what's going on. We'll be sat there wondering what's going on. And you can see these two guys are still at it. Awesome racing. Absolutely awesome. Mercer's gone off. Looks like Mercer spun. Oh, he's damaged his Porsche quite significantly. He's coming across the track. Oh, that was close. That was really close. Andreas has also gone off as well. It's that patch of oil again. They're all hitting that patch of oil. And they're all going off. But yeah, he's just getting back going again. Jonathan Wood has caught back up with Terry. Whew. Take a deep breath. Tie yourself to your chairs so you don't fall off. Craig Holmes is just saying he followed Chris around Zandvoort. Well, I will say, Craig, follow him as a start. He's a metronomic nightmare. I know exactly what you mean. I bet you can put marks on the same parts of the track in every corner, can't you, where he takes it? Yeah, Jonathan Wood's really trying to put the pressure on Terry here. Is Terry going to hold out, though? Or we're going to see another incoming mistake? Mike Molesky saying brain fatigue setting in. Speak for yourself, Mike. Oh, and there goes Terry. Oh, has he made a mistake? And he's... Oh, but he also went wide. Mercer's gone off again. Let's go back to Jonathan. He had an opportunity there, but I think he eased off. Oh, and there's been contact. Oh, dear. No damage, I hope. No damage, I hope. He's waiting.
He's waiting, but...
Yeah, the gap's too big there. Is Terry coming back on? Terry's coming back on. We don't need to go to a replay on that one, but I do think Jonathan's waiting. Yeah, Jonathan is waiting because Jonathan would have ploughed on.
Yeah, yeah.
Total respect, total respect. They were close racing there. Yeah, the guy behind's always going to have an impact. Oh, he's gone off again as Terry. Don't spin it there. Oh, he's managed it. That's very good sportsmanship, that. Very good sportsmanship.
Definitely.
Just going to jump forward. Still got action at the front.
Carlo and Chris are going at it. It's absolutely incredible.
It is indeed.
What a race this is. Not to say that they're pushing each other to the limit, so...
Sousa's gone off. That looks like it's a big hit, and he's pirouetting. Waiting for them. The leaders. Just whizzing by there.
Jonathan is fine.
Jonathan's passed. Jonathan's passed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That looks like a clean lap to me, I think. I think that's a clean lap. There was no nothing there in that overtake. I think Jonathan was clearly the quicker driver at some point there because you could see Terry was starting to go wide into corners a few times. I think Jonathan's got his car pretty much bolted down. So Jonathan's 9 seconds behind PJ. He's got 14 minutes. Can he make some gains? Or is Terry going to try and come back against Jonathan and gain on him? You can see Terry's gone wide again. Now, this is the time I had trouble with my tyres yesterday when I started going wide into corners in the GT4s. I'm wondering whether the Porsche is just starting to have the same problem. Because Terry's gone wide a couple of times now. And yeah, you can see he's gone wide again.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to
yeah,
spin though.
yeah.
Oh, nearly a tank slapper, but he's kept it going. Sousa's also gone off as well. A few times I've seen Sousa go off now. Well, I do believe the tyres are starting to play a part here. We're seeing more and more cars going off. Oh! And Sousa didn't even get the power down then and went off. I think at this point I'll probably just go to the pits. I'd have enough. He's on the racing line, but he's managed to allow Mr. Lee's pass, so Andy Lee's has managed to go up. Is Sousa going to keep it going? Willie Owens has gone off in exactly the same place. I tell you, it's that fictitious piece of oil. Everyone's getting caught by it. David Blythe's gone off. He's just regaining speed here.
Yeah, it's very difficult because once you lose the car, you lose the rhythm. And once you lose the rhythm, it's very difficult to regain it.
Mercer's gone off at Paddock Hill. There's the two racers. And we've got two cars off there. One on either side.
I think it's Merch.
No, Mercer's on the right. There was another car on the left-hand side of the track as well. Carlo still putting pressure.
Yes.
On Bourne. But these are now starting to eat the way through the field. They've managed to take the first 9 cars. And Terry's off again. I think there's definitely... Oh!
Yeah, he's having
There's
trouble.
problems there.
Yeah.
Oh! Woo!
Oh! Oh, that was the miracle.
I think Howells could be off here. Oh, he's managed to keep it.
Wow.
Deary me, I thought that was it. That was... I thought Howells was a goner then. Well held. And they're still at it. And these two are getting through it all without a problem. Mike's asking, does the rain get any worse? No, it doesn't. It stays like this.
No, it's not.
But
yes,
the difference is the tyres start to go. And I found having to brake a little bit earlier and sometimes change down a gear to get through the corners was the only option I had. Now that's into GT4s. That's not obviously the Porsche Cup. But I would hazard a guess the Porsche is exactly the same. Them rears will have been working hard. And as you can see, they're just not getting the lateral grip anymore in some of the corners. Still at it, them two, though. Unbelievable racing between the pair of them.
Incredible. And you can see when Chris is losing, Carlo is gaining, and vice versa. It's an amazing chase.
Yeah.
And
that was close.
That's it. The slightest mistake, and the other one will take advantage. The question now is what is easier, to follow or to lead?
Well, while you're in front, you've always got the gain, haven't you?
Yeah.
Jonathan Wood's gone wide. He was going slow. He's back running again now. There's not much going on the track now. I think there's too many damaged cars. Porsche are going to be making a fortune with all these panels. They're going to be required as a result of this race. And Nikos is going to be loaded with all these paint jobs he's going to have to redo.
Yes.
Missing a trick there, Nikos. I'm telling you. A Euro panel. You'll be laughing. Never have to work again. Still at it. It's absolutely relentless. Just make sure you're still awake, Nikos. You were. Good lad. And Saunders is off. Again. Yeah, he's gone off again. I mean, luckily the gap between him and PJ is quite a big gap, so he's all right there. He's going to keep that going. But these two are still at it.
Yeah, Carlo is getting closer and closer.
I do feel it's looking like Carlo's going to jump a surprise. It's showing Noble is going slow as well, so I don't know if Noble's had a bit of a problem. It's still showing him as running relatively slower than these two. Well, he's back up and running again now.
Yeah, David is somehow not that far behind. I mean, he could, if he has a good pace, he could come back, because
there we go.
Actually, saying this, he lost 2 seconds.
Yeah, it did show he was going slow. Andreas has gone off as well. And Howells has gone off.
Ow.
Yeah, Howells has gone off and he's been passed by Terry. Andreas has just gone off. Ooh, it's all kicking off. Ooh.
So it's pretty much down to Chris and Carlo not having made a mistake so far.
Exactly what you said at the beginning, isn't it?
That's right.
Keep it between the white lines. Don't make a mistake. Don't hit anybody. And you're going to finish really well. Ultimately.
That's the idea.
I think this... I hope he doesn't take this the wrong way, but I think the guy who's making a massive gain here is PJ. He's currently running in 6th place. Outstanding run, that. He's just got on with it.
That's right.
He's not made a single mistake, I don't think, and he's just got his head down. And because all the other cars have been falling off, he's just managed to capitalise on this.
Very nice.
Exceptional, PJ. Absolutely brilliant. So let's jump back on board. These two, keep the action. Not on board, but, you know, TV cameras. 7 minutes to go. Owls has gone off again.
Those two are sweating for sure.
Yeah, Sousa's gone off. Yeah, Howells is getting himself going again. Howells is losing places. Andreas is gaining on him. You're going to see Andreas coming down here. Someone's asking me to shut up. I think he's wanting to stop me do the kiss of death. And Mersch has gone off as well. He decided there was a panel that hadn't been damaged on the side of the road and wanted to take that out as well. The stewards are going to have a job with all the polystyrene. We're going to have to replace with all the bollards going out. Really, I think I've spoken too soon. PJ's just gone wide. Luckily, he's managed to keep it going. I think he just went wide into Paddock Hill. But Jonathan Wood is gaining on him.
Yes, he is.
Mike Mileski's saying he reckons Andy Lees is going to make the top 10. He's currently in 13th. He's got 6 minutes to hope a few other cars fall off the track. The way it's been going, I wouldn't bank on anything not happening at this moment in time. Andreas is going slow as well. He's getting his speed back up again. I think Andreas has gone wide. There's still a gap between Andy Lees and David Blythe, though, so I think we're expecting a bit more to happen, really.
I think Chris and Carlo are about to lap Terry.
Really? Wow.
Is it possible?
Yeah. You can see car 97's Terry Trowbridge.
Incredible.
So that means they've lapped up to car 20. They've lapped up to car 8.
Incredible.
And they're just relentless, aren't they? Look at them. Absolutely relentless front to back. Let's change the view as we get to the back marker. Bit unfair though, isn't it, calling Terry a back marker when he's in 8th? But he is what he is.
That's insane.
And they're both passed. Brilliant. Whew.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. What Terry just did is what everyone should be doing. You lift the foot, you get off the racing line, you let them go by, and he did.
Yeah. Bit of a twitch with Carlo's car there.
Yes.
He put a bit of, he's got great traction, but it looks like it took a second to get the traction down. And he did have a twitch. Stay off the curbs. They're 26, 22 seconds behind. Andreas has gone off. He's just got himself back going again. It's relentless, this. Just not giving in.
The question is, will Carlo finally pass before the end of the race? That's the question.
We've got 4 minutes to go. I'm struggling to find where he can, though, because the areas where he's quick aren't passing places, and Chris Bourne seems to be quick in other areas. Bruce Hopkins and Goran. Willie's managed to take Bruce. Bruce has gone off. So Willie's up a place into 14th, and he's now chasing Andy Lees. If Andreas goes off again, Andy Lees might actually get a 12th place. You there? I mean, Carlo made good progress into the corner, but
That's
out
right.
the corner, look at the difference.
That's it.
Chris just accelerates. Then Carlo's good here. He gets really good drive. And he starts gaining at the end of the straight again, but as we come into the bend, he just loses it again.
Yeah, that shows you
Different
the great
angles.
mental strength of those two drivers.
Yeah.
Because you have to be very strong to race this way. You have to stay calm. And
Oh, is he going up?
concentrated.
Oh, thought he was going to try and attempt the ups inside there. That wasn't a pass, but he looked like he was just showing his nose. But these guys are going to need a shower. I think I'm going to need a shower. I'm just clicking a mouse.
Oh,
Is that good? He's going to get a good drive, or is it not enough? No, it's not enough.
and no, it's not enough. But
He's gaining. He's definitely gaining. Putting a lot of pressure on Chris now, isn't he?
he is.
Oh, Chris is on
And
the grass.
Chris, that's right. Oh, this could be it.
And Carlo got a bit. His car twitched a little as well there.
Wow, what racing it is between those two.
Carlo's got a good run here. He got that corner brilliant. Chris isn't pulling away this time. He's showing his nose. Still going for it, pair of them. Mercer's gone off further back. Staying with the action at the moment. This is where the party's at. I think it was Carlo was saying his pedals has got a no traction control setting on them.
Really?
Yeah. Andy Goddard, you're spot on there. Yeah, I think his radar's going to break with this much attention. Yeah, I think it's Carlo. So he's got the Huskenveld pedals, and apparently the software's got a setting on it where it puts the pedals into no traction control mode. So I presume the way it applies the power is more gradual than you'd expect.
See.
Andreas has gone off again. Andy Lees is gaining on him. There's 1 minute to go. Is Andy Lees going to actually make it? He's not going to get into top 10, but he might get a place. Wow, they're still at it. Look at that, still at it. Oh, his car's off in front.
Yeah. They were lucky there. Now they're coming into traffic.
Yeah, it's Sousa. They've lapped Sousa twice now, I think. Sousa's giving the inside.
Ooh,
I thought they were getting a bit close there.
Yeah.
Nikos, both of these will have an SA rating of 120 tonight after this.
Final lap.
Yeah. Stick with this. Sorry, this is where the action is. Anything's going to happen here. Carlo, he's going wide. Is he going to go for the dip on the inside off the bend? Has he been keeping his cards close to his chest and giving Chris nothing? Or has Chris got this well and truly? Well, that's close. I think this is the closest we've seen Carlo. If he can get a good drive in this bend, he's gone defensive. There is Chris. You could see the angle he'd taken was a defensive one. Jonathan's getting close to PJ.
David Noble made 2 seconds back on Carlo. He was 4 seconds away.
Yeah.
I don't know where he found that time.
No, these are going slower. These are 3 seconds down.
That's it.
Is he going to make it? Looks like there's going to be no back markers getting in the way. Oh, is he going to get in the way there? I'm hoping they're just going to be too far ahead to get in the way because they're coming into the final bend. Chris Bourne's flashing his lights. Carlo's joining him. Look at that!
Beautiful race. What a beautiful race!
Like a procession for the pair of them. That was
Really well done.
absolutely out of this world, I must say.
Incredible.
Absolute
Awesome
brilliant racing. There was Mr. Noble. Really good result for Noble, that. Bird coming over. And we've got John Saunders, who were a couple of offs. Has managed to, with a bit of a battered Porsche there, get himself over the start-finish line.
Carlo and Chris are doing
Donuts.
donuts. Yes.
Oh, maybe not. There you go.
Maybe.
Yeah, having a bit of fun there. Wow. Well, thanks everyone for watching the stream. I hope you really enjoyed that. That was, I think that was racing at its best up at the front.
Yes,
and I think
definitely.
people shown just how difficult it was to keep the car on the black stuff. Really, exceptional racing. I've been Mark. Thanks very much with Jeremy.
Thank you, everyone.
And have a great rest of your day. And catch the live stream tomorrow, where we're doing the Group 3 race, also in the same conditions on the same track. Bye.
One.